budget, request the budget, attend any budget meetings, myself nor Mr. Church, in the capacity as a director of the Carter County Elizabethton Animal Shelter, as such as a director would. We did manage the information and the employees. As requested and agreed by the elected individuals, myself and Mr. Church stepped in and began making the necessary changes in the current facility. The plumbing, the electrical was atrocious. The heating, air, supplies and inventories, and just the general cleanup of the area. At one time, it was this poor, pitiful looking blue. We went out and Jimmy actually took the prisoners down, and we actually painted that place and updated it some. On the morning of the 7th of September 2010, I met with the County Mayor in his office, and we discussed this situation, promised compensation, on top of other things, and asked him if he'd assist me in the type of closure that is requested on this payment. He had nothing to say but that I was a salary employee and would not receive any compensation time for any hours over 37 and a half. On the same day, at 11:25, I called Mr. Fred Edens to attempt to rectify this situation, but had to leave a message for him to please call myself. To this day, he has never returned that call. During the latter end of the month, I was lucky enough to be in the same Carter County Tomorrow meeting with the city manager, and we discussed the compensation. He stated that he knew something about it, and he and the county mayor would get together and have it work out as soon as possible. On the 12th of October 2010, this issue was once again brought to the county mayor's attention, but to no avail, nothing was settled on. That same day, I attempted to reach the city manager, but no contact. On at least 3 more occasions, I have attempted to relieve this burden for myself and Mr. Church. Through these two individuals, but no relief has been granted up until mid-2011, when the county mayor stated that the city and the county were actively searching for a director, not a manager, of the animal shelter. This was well reported in the media to include salary. After said meeting, I asked the county mayor how soon this would happen, and he replied, by the first of the year, that would be January 2012. I also requested the compensation, but he had no reply. This was directly after a county commission meeting. After speaking to several elected and appointed individuals from the past and present that I respect, I agreed to maintain the records of the employees of the shelter until 2012. At which time I would send all documents to the city manager and or the county mayor. This was told to the county mayor after the July meeting of the Carter County Planning Commission, standing right there about where you're sitting now, Leon. Being a man of my word, true to my word, I attempted to once again meet with the 2 individuals in power to explain the situation and try to be a peaceful end. But as by the attached letter you can conclude, neither was responsive to this request. All are aware of the response and the outcome of the said letter. And since it was ad-lib, I will go ahead and read the actual letter sent to Mr. Edens verbatim. Dear Mr. Edens, please be advised that the Carter County planning staff will no longer be responsible for financial oversights of the Elizabethton-Carter County Animal Shelter or supervising the daily activities of the City Animal Control Officer, Mr. Brady Kern. When this task was first taken by said staff, it was the understanding that my assistant director, Jimmy Church, and myself would each be reimbursed $3,400 yearly. To date, no financial reimbursement has been received. If you recall, we discussed this matter on several occasions, in person and twice by phone. I am aware that the city and county are supposed to be actively recruiting a shelter manager, or director, however you want to put it, at a rate of $36,000 per year. At present, the city and county are 19 months in arrears for the promised salary increase to Mr. Church and myself. If the city and county wishes to have Mr. Church and myself continue this management, we expect payment of $5,383.33 apiece by, which would be the next pay period, January 20th. At no time did we leave them high and dry. I attempted to drop that off personally to Mr. Edens. His assistant said he could not be contacted at that time, and we dropped it off. So that's the rest of the story, is all Harvey has to say, and we've already passed this situation, and I don't see any other reason to comment. Mr. Chairman, the only other person we have for